Kevin Cronin. How are you?
Mark, I'm fine. Thank you so much. Everyone's been really patient with me, but today it's just been one of those crazy, one of those days. But I'm really happy to be talking to you.
So let me ask you, you were just here this summer with the Mississippi Valley Fair. So let me get this straight. You had such a great time in the Quad Cities. You said, you know what? I want to come back a year later. Is that right?
No, you don't understand. And this is going to sound, I know this isn't going to sound right, but I have a real, place in my heart for the Quad Cities. And I can't explain it. I'm not sure why. But I'm always proud that I know all the names of the 4 Quad Cities. And actually, the last time I was in town, I just went for little walks out of our hotel, and I came upon this music museum that had just opened. That kind of
the
like
RME, yeah.
Yeah, and I went in there, man, and I would end up spending a couple of hours there just walking around and talking to people and learning about, because it totally makes sense that the Mississippi Delta is where a lot of this beautiful blues, groovy music started. But then, it's natural. People head up the river. They go to Memphis. And so, of course they're going to end up in the Quad Cities eventually.
So are you thinking of building a summer home here in the Quad Cities? Is that what I'm taking away from this?
I'll tell you what, I just had, all through my career, and I'm not kidding, I actually did I was kind of out of REO Speedwagon for a couple of years, like around 73, 74. Right. And the people of the Quad Cities supported me even when I was out of the band, when I was a solo artist. And I did a show at the Chiropractic College. I opened for the Edgar Winter Band.
Oh, at Palmer, yeah.
Yeah, at Palmer Auditorium. And you can imagine, it probably holds about 2,000 people or something. They were all there to rock out to Edgar, and I'd come on by myself with an acoustic guitar, and I'm thinking, I'm going to get crushed here. These people are going to boo me off the stage and be throwing tomatoes at me. And I went out there and started playing, and it turned out that I guess a lot of the people there were actually there to hear me. And so the people of the Quad Cities, like I say, they supported me even when I was by myself. And that's something, I'm a loyal guy, and when people are loyal to me, it makes an impression on me. And I'm not kidding, man. I just, I couldn't say this to every interview I do, but when it comes to you guys in the Quad Cities, and we did the benefit there for when the river overflowed
right.
A number of years back with, and strange enough, as I think of it, that was Tommy Shaw and Ted Nugent were both a part of that benefit. So,
well, let's talk about this show for a minute. The Midwest Rock and Roll Express. You guys have so many hits, and then you team up with Styx and with Nugent. Is this a 13-hour show? How does this work?
I wish it was, but we play as long as they'll let us. Normally when you come into town, there are certain boundaries you have to stay within.
Right.
But we pack it, man, and it's just. It's an interesting group of people because you couldn't find people who were more all over the map as far as lifestyle and life view of things. But when you put us all together, man, there's the common ground is rock and roll, and what we wanted to do is put together a tour that was of all Midwestern bands, because people in the Midwest, there's a certain thing that we all share, man, and it's kind of it's hard to put your finger on it. I think it's I describe it as people in the Midwest work hard, and they take care of business, and they get the job done. They take care of their families. They're loyal to their friends. But then when it comes time to have some fun, yeah, we're ready to have some fun too, because we earned it, and that's what the Midwest Rock and Roll Express is all about. It's about take care of business, do your job, but,
right.
But then you earned the night with Nugent, Styx, and REO Speedwagon, and we're gonna frickin' give it to you,
Now, I've talked to you several times since the late 80s over the years, so instead of me asking you the same questions I always ask, we've opened this up to listeners, all right? Doug wants to know, what are some other names you guys considered besides REO Speedwagon?
Oh, man, that's a good one. You know what? And I wish I could answer it, but the band was already named when I joined. Neil, our keyboard player, he and Alan, our original drummer, started the band when they were roommates at the University of Illinois down in Champaign. And the name REO Speedwagon came from Neil went to an engineering class. He was
Right.
studying the history of transportation, and it was on the chalkboard in his class, and he saw it and was like, all right, that sounds good. And that was the bands only had one name. There were,
No kidding.
as far as I know, that was it, and there were no others. So it's just one of those weird things. But I wish I had a better answer for you, bro.
All right, Matt says it's been said that Billy Joel will never play Just the Way You Are in a live show, even though it's one of his biggest hits. Do you have one of those songs like, I don't want to do this again. I'm so tired of playing this song, but you know you got to because everyone loves it?
You know what? We're pretty fortunate in that that the songs that have become the biggest favorites of our fans are also songs that we love to play. And believe me, I know some other bands who have got songs that maybe the record company kind of shoved down their throats because it sounded like a hit, and they've got to play it every night. And luckily, we don't have any of those. There's the only issue that we have. There's a couple songs that we have that people want to hear. One in particular, and it's just really hard to perform. And there's a song called "In My Dreams" that we recorded in '87.
Is that the one of the didgeridoo or whatever, some instrument from Australia?
Yes, the didgeridoo, and it's just a hard song to perform.
Huh.
So ever since then, I've been trying to find a different arrangement for it so that we could put it in the set. I swear to God, every year, and we'll do it again this year. When we go into rehearsals next week, we will sit there and spend hours trying to figure out a way to perform that song because it is one of my best songs that I've ever written, honestly. And it's the lyric is nice, and it's a good feeling idea, and it's a song people want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
So. You know what? I got to figure it out. I got to figure out a way to do it because it's too good of a song to leave out.
Now, we only have a minute left, so it's time for the lightning round. I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock. You try to answer as many questions as you can, Kevin, in 60 seconds. Just say the first thing that comes to mind. Question number one from Suzanne. What was your favorite place to hang out in Champaign?
The Red Lion, no problem.
Why can't you tune a fish?
Well, because it doesn't have any strings, of course. What a silly question.
Real or toupee?
Oh, real, baby. Head to toe.
Do any of the band members actually own an REO?
No.
Honey Boo Boo or Jersey Shore?
Neither.
Thank you.
Absolutely neither.
Who should play you in the REO Speedwagon biopic?
Weird Al Yankovic.
All right, here's one from Judy. Which band from your era do you like the best?
From my era, do I like the best? Cheap Trick.
She doesn't like the tough guys. Who are you singing about?
Oh, man, that was about an amalgam of every girl that I knew in high school.
Okay, last question. Can you please write a follow-up to Roll with the Changes called Keep Your Changes?
Keep your changes. Very nice, very nice. Keep the change. I like that. I'll work on that.
Kevin, I love talking to you, man. I can't wait for the show. April 20th, Midwest Rock and Roll Express, REO Speedwagon Sticks, and Nugent. We can't wait.
I can't wait to be there, man. Thank you. It's always a pleasure and good to talk to you. And, we'll have to go have a cup of coffee at the museum. I love that place. If anybody wants to find me and hang, that's where I'll be the afternoon of the show.
Hey, we're on, man.
All right, bro. Take it easy.